Hello everyone, and welcome to a live session. We're holding it on our page today, so hopefully we will get some more people that can tune in that aren't necessarily just in the group. Let's see, what else is going on? I'll give everybody a few minutes to pop on. Over in our group we have been working on the Warm Embrace shawl. That is part of our Tunisian cowl that we have going on. That's been quite popular. All of the events that we have will be up for a long time. I believe that you guys should have the opportunity to start them and finish them, and I don't like to cut them really short, because what happens is people really don't have the opportunity to finish them because life happens. So all of our cows stay up in the group for at least a year, and that gives everybody a time to join in and get their yarn and get everything that they need to do. And if life happens, then you still have the opportunity to get it done. We have in our group at the top of the page in our announcements, and it's pinned to the top, is a small swatch that you can work up for the Warm Embrace shawl, and it teaches you the stitches. We have the videos for right-handed, left-handed, and closed captioned in our groups. You have the ability with the practice piece. You can do it in cotton, and that would give you a nice washcloth size, and it's going to teach you the Tunisian slanted stitch, the Tunisian knit stitch, the Tunisian simple stitch, and we're using the Tunisian purl stitch. So all of those are included in just the one pattern, and there are videos for each one of those stitches as well. So there's also the different hook sizes and any information you might need for whatever yarn you want to use. Right now we are using Hobby Lobby's DK yarn, and a few people have posted progress. We're probably about halfway done with it, but many people have just started. This is, take my hook out, the border that we're incorporating into the shawl, and it has these beautiful stitches. And we are going to have a blocking video and everything else, so when you're done you can finish the piece, and it's working up super soft with the Hobby Lobby yarn. We're also, there are members that are doing it with a worsted weight yarn, and the hook size and information and chaining for that is also available in the group. What else do we have going on? I'm super excited about the page. We now have a sizing chart, and that we've updated, and we also have a hook size chart, because, thank you Erica, because so many people had requested the different size hooks. They seen that I had a lot of the jumbo hooks, so the sizing chart that we have for the hooks. Hi Melinda. Hi Gloria. The sizing chart that we just put up there today, it is available in a PDF. I did include the screenshots in this on the page, and it does give all the sizes for the jumbo hooks. This is just a few of the ones that I have, and I did mine based on the Chiagu hooks, because they seem to have the biggest variety for the larger hooks. So I thought that would be the most helpful, because I know it's so hard and so difficult to find stuff. The reason that I like the Chiagu, Gloria said hi, thanks for the message, I couldn't find it. Thank you, Gloria, you're welcome. The reason that I like the Chiagu jumbo hooks is because even though they have the tubing cable, they have these, and they have like a grommet, like a piece that grabs onto the wood, so this piece will not just fall off. Hi Leslie. So you know, I've noticed with a lot of the other ones that have the cables, they don't really have the grommet that holds the hook on, or the hook to the tubing, and it falls apart. So I really, really like the Chiagu jumbo hooks. I have their smaller hooks as well. Um, so welcome to our page, and thank you all for joining me. Do we have any questions? Gloria says waving back. I don't know how to do that. So, as far as the decal that we're doing, I'm so super excited to see everybody's work coming to life. And Leslie said, what yarn do you use with that huge hook? There are a few. The Lion brand came out with a really thick fur yarn, and it calls for an S hook. So I did order the U and T, because I wanted to see which one was going to work better, because I knew the S was going to be a little bit, wasn't going to, you know, we always go up at least one hook size, usually two, and since these don't just pop up a millimeter at a time or half a millimeter, these really pop up. That's when that's why I went to the T and the U. So I'm super excited about that. The yarn is, I think it's called Thick and Quick, and it's very thick. I mean, it's like this big around when you actually feel it. So I am so, so excited about it. And yes, this video will be added to YouTube. Hi, Angela. Gloria said, oh shoot, I ordered the Lily Chin video and forgot to order those big hooks. Oh, there's still time to order. We're always ordering craft stuff, aren't we? Hi, Angela. My lord. Getting used to everything on here. Yes. So, let's see what else is going on. I ordered from Nomad, and as I was telling you guys, they sell yarn that you can dye yourself. And I have, let me reach over here and grab it. My internet connection's going funky. Nomad sends you, with your first purchase, you get a bag, and it says Nomad on it. And you get 10 of the hanks, and if you're your first order, you save like $10 for your first time that if you order, and you order like the bulk of skeins. And what I got was, this is called Eggshell. This is it's 70% superwash merino, 30% nylon. It's 100 grams, and there's 437 yards and 400 meters. This is a 4-ply. It's a fingering sock weight. And I got this because I really wanted to try to do something for myself. And I know how hard it is. You know, we all get ideas, and then, you know, you give it to somebody else. And I really wanted to do something for me, and I always wanted to learn how to dye yarn. So I thought this would be a great place to start, because this yarn right here from Nomad, you can get different qualities and higher priced yarns, but this works out to be like $5.30 or $5.90 a hank. So really, for under $60, I got 10 hanks. And so I'm super excited to try this out. And so today I opened my first hank up and decided to try my hand at a yarn winder, and I rolled my first cake, and I was so excited. So, I have watched a ton of videos on dyeing with food coloring and different colors. So I decided I want to do the RIT dye because the RIT dye will take to the nylon that's in here, and it will take to the superwash merino, and the colors are super, super bold. Um, and that's what I wanted. I kind of want jewel tones, so I wanted something that's going to go deep. So I'm super excited to do this, and by next week I will have dyed some and be able to show you that, and I'm super excited about it, and I'm super excited. The yarn came super quick. Erica said 10 pairs of socks for me because she ordered from them too, and she received hers yesterday. Yes, I received mine within like 72 hours of ordering. So, Gloria said, woohoo, what kind of winder do you have? I don't have one of those either. The one that I got was, I'll have Erica put the link up. It's, I don't want to say it's cheaper. I didn't go for most expensive because I wanted something that I was going to be able to try and use, and, since I'm new to it, I wanted to make sure that it was something that I was going to like, because I really didn't want to get something and try it out and think, oh my gosh, I am never going to wind another hank of yarn again. Um, but I'll have Erica put the link in the comments down here, and I will show you what I got. This is the yarn winder that I have, and you hand crank it, and it tells you on the thing, it's got little arrows, and I know you're not really going to be able to see them the greatest because the lighting, but it's got little arrows, and it says, you know, forward, or fasten and loose, so you know which direction to turn it and which one will lighten it up. This crank right here brings this up and down so that you can hook it onto your table, and then you can wind. And this little arm here is for your yarn. You put your yarn through here, and I was afraid to kind of pull on this thing, so my arm kept falling down, and I was getting very frustrated. So when I told my husband, I said, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. He's like, well, kind of pull on it a little bit. So I did, and if you pull on it, it really locks it into place. I was afraid like I was going to break it or do something to it, because, you know, nobody likes to spend money on something and immediately break it. But, yeah, if you pull this out harder, it will stay up. So I think the next thing is going to be to get a yarn swift. I don't have one, so I cut the little strands off and used my vacuum cleaner. I hung it over, and it was exciting for my first experience, you know, in time doing it. So I was kind of excited. Hi, Donna. So yeah, I was excited to do it. Um, you know, I think that, I mean, there's so many beautiful yarns and so many things that you can order and so many different colors and everything. But I wanted the gratification of kind of doing it in my own colors and my own palettes. What is a swift? A swift is, um, it's a big round contraption that has, yeah, Erica put a link. But it's got like 4 pegs on it, and when you get your hank and you open it up, then your yarn is this big long loop, and then you put it over the swift, so as you're wrapping your yarn, the swift turns so that your yarn will unwrap, where if you don't have one, like me, I did not have one, so I had to cut everything, and then you undo your skein, and then your yarn hangs like this great big loop. So you kind of have to hold it in one hand and go up and down to unwrap it, and then wrap a little bit, and then unwrap some more, and then go back over to the winder. Um, looks like umbrella guts. Yes, it kind of does. Um, but yeah, that's probably going to be my next investment. I wanted to play around with it. Like I said, I really wanted to do something and have my own colors. Hi, Gidget. I wanted to have my own colors and my own stuff and say, you know, I made this and I put a little bit more work into it than just buying the yarn. I don't ever think that I am probably going to like buy raw wool and spin it, and I don't know. You know, I'm never going to say never, but I don't know if I have the patience for that. It's a lot of work, and my love and appreciation goes out to everybody that does it, because um, it's it's a lot of work. I've seen it done at like the 4F fairs and everything, and it's such a beautiful craft, but I don't know if I can go that far. I decided to get the yarn and the hanks and dye them, so that's as good as I'm getting right now. So, Erica said, I have the one above because it's compact and easy to store. Gloria said, sounds like my house, a Swift equals husband. Hi, Debbie. Everybody here. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kathleen. Thank you, everybody, for finding me over here. Um, so, um, we have had some questions in the group about Grafgans and what you can and can't look for. Now, when I printed this out, it's a little bit blurry. It's not the camera lens. It did come out blurry, but it's what to look for in a graft. And it has the non-cluster stitch and a cluster stitch. When you look at a design and it has the cluster stitches, you're going to see these broken lines as your outline in a graph. And when you crochet them up in single crochet, or you crochet them up in Tunisian, what's going to happen is that white is going to bleed through here, or whatever your background color is. It's going to bleed through there. So I recommend that when you buy a pattern, and this is one of the reasons why we don't really promote designers, because there are some that are really great, and then there are some that sell and they're not so great, and when you buy a pattern, this is what you're going to get, is the broken lines. And they don't really understand what works with Tunisian and what does not, even though they say it can be done in any stitch. So these are the connected lines. Everything is connected horizontally and vertically. So with the horizontal and vertical connections, that's going to make you working up your Grafgans so much cleaner for everything that you're doing. Hi, Andrea. So this is one of the pictures that we have in the group that I'm also going to be uploading here to the page as well, to be able to help people. Because it is so hard when you first are learning. You know, there's so much to learn with Tunisian that's not exactly given and stated enough, like going up to hook sizes. That's why I did the chart, was because, you know, people are having a lot of problems identifying hooks and sizes and what is 2 hook sizes up, and for clothing, why we go up 4 hook sizes and why the drape makes such a big difference in Tunisian crochet. So, if you guys have any questions about any of that, please don't hesitate to ask in the group or message me or Erica or Angela, and we will be more than glad to help you. I know that we try to answer and be as thorough as possible, and I know some people know that kind of we have lives too, and we get back to you as soon as we can. And some people want an immediate answer, and you know, that's just working with the public, I guess. I try to do a good job for you guys and answer your questions and give as much knowledge as I have. And if I don't know, then I will do whatever I can to go out and help you guys find out what you need to know. We have, I will be doing a new project, It is not going to be Tunisian. My son's best friend and his wife are having a baby. So I had them come over and look through all of my Rhea's little favorite yarn. Because, well, y'all know there's a bunch of it. So they came over and they picked out a cake, and so I will be doing a blanket up for them. And I absolutely love this colorway. I started something with it and did not like the pattern so much, but this is what we're going to be using, because they wanted something that's going to be kind of gender neutral. They're not sure what the baby is yet, but they wanted something that had the blue and the pink in it. So I am, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. Little babies are so exciting. I just can't say enough. So I think I'm going to do something from the center out so that all of these colors pop. And we will put Rhea's information in here. I have shared her group in here and in the group and on the page. Hopefully Germany will let shipping out soon. I probably have a box over there like this big waiting to be shipped. So I'm super excited. Just popping on to let you know I'm getting pictures for the available yarn. Dildos, those days. I'll post them in the group as soon as I have them. Oh, thank you so much. We did have quite the interest on there. And when you post that, Andrea, I'm going to post it to the page as well. So that should get some traffic as well. Hi, Deborah. Hold on. This is what she's talking about. This is a yarn dildo. And that's what her supplier calls them. And I love mine. It's fantastic. It spins. And you put your cake on here. So many people were complaining, you know, when you use a cake from the center, it collapses and then you got a mess. So this way, I started ordering my cakes so that I can work from the outside in, because this spins and your cake's on it, and I absolutely love mine. And I probably am going to get another one or two. You know, you can never have enough craft stuff. So, I'm super excited to get those. Leslie says I've been waiting for more dildos. Yes, I'm super excited. I can't wait to see all of the colors. And she had one time and it was like tie-dye colored, and I was like, oh, I want that. And then I went and somebody had already snagged it up. I was like, oh, darn it. But yeah, I'm super excited for when they come in. I gotta get another one. So I'm so glad that for everyone that's doing the tea-cow that's in the group for the shawl, I'm so excited to see everyone's work. These are coming out absolutely fantastic. I can't say enough about these, about the shawl. There's still plenty of time to start if you have not started or you want to start and haven't had a chance. We are using the Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek DK with a 6mm hook. You can do it up in worsted weight. I do have the math for that in there as well. The pattern is being released over weeks, but it's going to be in there for like a year, probably over a year. And then after that, it's going to be taken down. Facebook only lets things stay in there for about a year. But I am absolutely loving the fantastic colors and stuff that I'm seeing. And this is the shawl that we're doing. And it will be a rectangle, and this border I am in love with. So I'm super excited about that. I kind of lost my Crojo for a few days, and I'm just getting it back now. The weather was so crappy, and just, you know, there's just sometimes that you just need a good sunny day to get you motivated, and luckily it is nice and sunny here. I did Now, I tell you guys about resource books all the time, and Melinda said, and some of us have to go up more sizes because we crochet tight. Yes, and that's what I said. You know, just like, you know, Melinda, for example, she was having problems with the pattern and things were not working up, and I told her, I said, you know, give me a few minutes and, you know, I'll message you. I'm always here for you guys, and that's, you know, that's super important to me. Um, it's very humbling. I absolutely love you guys, and you know, you guys knowing that I'm here from you and I'm only a message away and everything else is fantastic. You know, I try to put that out there, you know, to people, but kind of some people don't want to bother you or whatever, or don't, you know, or if I have something going on, I will tell you guys in the group, hey, I got something going on right now, but I'll message you when I'm done. So, I do try to get to you guys and answer. You know, there are times where I wake up with, you know, 20 or 30 messages, and that's fine. That's what I'm here for. I love to help you guys. And, you know, people are like, oh, I didn't realize you were in that time zone. It doesn't matter. I turn my phone off at night, and I answer you guys when I get the time, and I appreciate your patience, knowing that I am only one person. And, you know, like I said, Erica and Angela and I are always here for you. Stephanie said she just finished the corner to corner decal, working on the simple border now that I'm under the time crunch. Yay. I love those. I am waiting for a piece of equipment to come in, and they've canceled on me twice, so I'm getting a little discouraged to try to get some filming done, because unfortunately, and for those of you that know, you know, once you've got a phone and it gets, you know, even a year, it doesn't hold what, you know, with the updates and everything else. And so I'm trying to find better equipment so that I can film and not be like, oh, your video recording has stopped because you don't have enough memory. So I'm trying to get done what I can do. Deborah, no, it's not an abbreviation for anything. And yes, I can't wait to see the finished blanket either. Um, Oh goodness. So we were talking about resources. Now there was a book released, and I think it was like 1993, and it was called Leisure Arts: 52 Tunisian Crochet Stitches Combined to Make an Afghan Stitch Sampler by Dolores Franks. I just ordered this and got it in, and the stitches in here are pretty fascinating. Oh, excuse me. Um, there is a lot of Tunisian stitches that are super, super cute, and they have texture, and I'm so super excited to try some of these. This is called, again, 52 Tunisian Crochet Stitches Combined to Make an Afghan Stitch Sampler. This is a vintage book, so some of you may be able to find it. I don't know how hard it's going to be, but I was very disappointed because mine was lost in the mail. Yes, Angela said this was I messaged her and was like, oh, I'm ready to cuss. They lost this book and it's vintage. I don't think I can find another one. And they put it in the wrong mailbox, and luckily they found it. It took them 2 days, but they found it. I was so happy. Um, Another thing that I ordered was the Dictionary of Needlework, and this has some great information about Tunisian. Now, if you are looking to get a vintage book, this is a nice book. It has thousands of stitches. This thing is super thick. There's like 600 pages in here. But this is not one of them books that you're going to get for Tunisian and do a bunch of research in here. Tunisian probably has a highlight of maybe 4 or 5 pages, and that's pretty much it. But it is quite informative, And that's what I do. I like to try to find out as much as I can about Tunisian. And this book was a facsimile of the 1882 edition. So this book goes back to way, 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 and goes way back. And there are some very interesting fancy stitches and things that they teach about that are Tunisian, and they're super exciting. Now, when I read some of this, the wording is very old school, so I have to really concentrate. This is not one of the books that you're going to read to do this stitch and be like, oh, this is what they're saying. I was reading it, was like, oh, I got to read that again. Angela said, yay. Yes, I was so super excited that they got this book and that it was in my mailbox, because it says, oh, it's delivered. So I was like, no, it's not. So I was quite upset. If you guys, 7 years ago, said Angela, yes, it's kind of like reading that. They don't use yarn over, they use whip over or something like that. It's very different. Ethel said, good morning from Australia. Wow, where can you buy the Tunisian books from? A lot of them you can find on Amazon. eBay is a good one if you're looking for some of the vintage books. The Crochet Tunisian Basic and Textured Stitches Volume 1 is a really good book. There are 3 volumes of this, so I really like this book. There are 50 Tunisian stitches. This book is really good as well. It's very informative. There is a few more that I'm looking to get. There's actually one that has some interesting patterns in it that's not all completely Tunisian. And it is called Delicate Crochet. And this one is, by Sharon Silverman. But there are some Tunisian shawls and stuff in here that are absolutely gorgeous. So I did order this one, and I'm excited to kind of work on one of these. I'm trying to find some time. I think we all have a list of projects that we want to do that's longer than we're probably going to be alive. I've also had some good luck finding older books at thrift stores. I do look at the thrift stores. It's kind of hard, though. A lot of ours don't really have a good selection of books. They're usually romance novels. She has the New Wave Cowl, the Sea and Shells Poncho, Ziggy Vest, and Yvelin Wrap, and the Flirt Cardigan. All of those are Tunisian, so, you know, there is a few in here that are Tunisian that are super, super cute. The Flirt Cardigan has stitches in it that don't necessarily look Tunisian, but are. And the New Wave Cowl, I really wanted to try this. I think it looks super exciting. I found this book on Amazon, and it is called Delicate Crochet by Sharon Silverman. So I'm kind of excited to do a couple of the projects in here. We are going to get a resource post put together between Erica and I, and it's not necessarily going to have the links to the books, but it's going to have who wrote them and what we thought of them, and gonna kind of rank our favorites. We probably might do a top 10 or 15. We're hoping to get together here in July. I don't know what's going on with this travel ban and everything else, so because originally there was going to be a bunch of us getting together for a Tunisian get-together down in Louisiana with the CGOA conference, which is the Crochet Guild of America, but the Crochet Guild of America conference has been canceled, unfortunately. So Erica and I were going to get those people together, and we were going to go to down her way in South Carolina and get together, and then the travel ban and everything else still hasn't been lifted, so her and I are still going to get together. We just don't know when. Everything's been so up in the air this year. Do you have an album of the pictures of the books? No, we are actually going to put together the a list of the top 10 or 15 books that we have, Deborah, and get them posted, and that will help everybody. She said, sorry, I'm horrible at remembering names and titles. So am I. That's why I think that, you know, us doing the top 10 or top 15 or top 20 books is going to be so helpful for people, and that way too, you know, you can, we can at least screenshot the cover, and then that way you guys know what the cover looks like, and that would help as well. So, and thrift books is good for some of the old books as well. Yeah. Gloria said, the warm embrace is the first shawl I've ever made. I'm looking forward to using it. I see so many pretty shawl patterns, but I've never seen anyone use one. Do you all see people use them? I do. I do see a lot of people use shawls, and there are actually like several YouTube videos that talk about how to wear a rectangle shawl, how to wear a triangle shawl. They have different brooches for them. They're a shawl clasp, and I actually am looking at ordering a few, because shawls are something that for me usually do sell really well, and the shawl brooches, a lot of times they have like a cupped with the pin that goes through it, so that way you can loop it over and cup it and wear it that way too. It's pretty interesting. But yeah, if you hop on YouTube, there's like so many videos on how to wear a shawl, how to wear a triangle shawl, how to wear a rectangle shawl, and they have like a million ways that you can wear them. They tie them up in headbands. They do all kinds of stuff. It's amazing somehow that these people have worn some of this. Ethel said, thank you. I will look at the Amazon in Australia site. Do we have any questions so far? Does anybody have questions about hooks, or what kind of hooks, or what you like, or what you guys want to see in here? We try to make the videos so that they can cater to what you guys want to see in here. We also have polls in the main group that we pop on with to have people to, so that we can keep the group growing, because it's you guys, you members, are what makes the group great and keeps it growing. And your input is what's important. And your knowledge is what we try to keep expanding on. And we know, you know, it is so hard to find Tunisian information and have somebody answer. I've seen so many, like, people come and go on YouTube and things like that. You know, you post a question on something, and then not everybody answers their YouTube posts or goes and looks at them because they've been up for 6 months, 8 months, a year. And it gets a little frustrating. So that was another reason too why I really like the group as a front, because you guys can ask questions and get them answered and find what you're looking for. And so that's, you know, why I like coming here with you guys. I use shawls at work all the time. I use my warm embrace while I work on it right now. Thank you. You all are amazing, said Deborah. Erica said, everyone please remember to like the page, set up notifications so you'll get notified when Jessica goes live. Yes. We decided to do it here on the page because some people were saying, you know, the closed group and the stuff that's promoted, they can't share it with people, because if you can't share something that's closed, and somebody that doesn't necessarily crochet, that or just wants to learn, that's not really on YouTube, you know, then the page makes things a little bit easier, because then people can come and check it out at the local library or whatever, and don't really have to be in the group. So I'm super excited too, because we're going to have the YouTube channel set up, and the videos are going to be there, and these live sessions will be there, and you can rewatch them anytime. They'll be rebroadcasted so you guys can come in and get information. We did have questions about the two-tone color changing method. Someone posted that they weren't able to find the information on it. Most of the two-tone, the color change that I learned was from Lily Chin, and she has a DVD. You can buy it as a DVD or a download. I actually bought the DVD. It's called Two Color Tunisian Crochet in the Round, and you can get the bitmap pattern and work this up. There is so much information in this. This is such a great resource to have. There's so much information in it that I bought this, and it was the best 20 bucks I ever spent, because I watched this and will put it away because I've learned something, and then later on I'm like, I wonder if, and then I watch the video and I learned something else. So I can't say enough. This video is absolutely fantastic, and chocked full of so much knowledge. It's just crazy. What else did we have to talk about? If you guys got questions about hooks, I will be doing another video here in the next month or two that's going to showcase the different hooks, and what we like about them. I have several sets. Somebody was asking about ordering separate hooks. Hi, Viola. A lot of the hooks, the Tunisian hooks, when it comes down to like the sets with the interchangeable cables, there are not a lot that you can order separately. The Knitter's Pride Tunisian Dreams hooks, the Ginger hooks, I believe you can still get the Trends, a single hook. They discontinued the actual set, so you can't get the set, but you can get the Knitter's Pride Trends. Trends does make a double-ended hook. The Knitter's Pride Trends. It's like a acrylic hook. I'm not really aware of many hook sets that are available that you can order a single one just to try. I know that you can with the Knitter's Pride. I know that there was one other, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. But I like the Knitter's Pride because the Knitter's Pride Tunisian Dream set is, to me, the most affordable bang for your buck, because you not only get the hook set, you get the cables, and you get the stoppers, and the cables that you get are longer, so you do not have to make a separate investment of the longer cables. Knitter's Pride are more tapered. So if you like inline, the Denise set is super popular. the hooks are the main complaint that I hear, that some people will say the hook is too short because it's only 4.5 inches, where the Knitter's Pride, the Chiagu, the, oh, I'm trying to think of the other set that I have, the Clover, and several other sets, those hooks are usually around 6 inches. The only other set that has a longer hook that I am aware of that I actually have is the Addy Click. The Addy Click hooks are longer. They're around 7 inches. But like I said, with all those sets, you have to order, with the Addy Click, you have to order your hooks as a set, your cables as a separate set, and the stoppers as a separate set. So those ones are a little more, you kind of have to pay attention a little bit more when you order them, because it's not all in one. The Denise set is very popular for those that love inline. Their set is absolutely fantastic. I ended up buying the Della Q set, which has both. It has 2 sets of hooks so that you could do Tunisian in the round. But like I said, the cables are a little short with that, so I actually had to order the longer cables separately. And the Knitter's Pride Tunisian Ginger set is a little bit more expensive than the Dream set, but it comes with more. It comes with 2 of the larger hooks. It comes with a fantastic case that holds your patterns. So it's got the pattern holder. It's got magnetic strips to hold it. It's got a little bit larger hooks that are available with it. They did not have this set out when I bought my Dream set, so I ordered the larger hooks separately and got them that way. I do have 2 sets of the Knitter's Pride so that I can do Tunisian in the round. A lot of Tunisian in the round patterns are using the larger hook to cast on and one size smaller to cast off. So that way you do not need to invest in and have the same size hook for a lot of things. So I think that made things a little more economic too. Hi Tracy. She said, sorry, getting here, was outside feeding the horses. I'll have to rewatch. Hi Kathleen. Hi Erica. Erica or Stephanie said Addy Click. I do like the Addy Click set. Hi Connie. The Addy Click set is nice. It comes with a fantastic hook and case, and my hands kind of smell like metal when I use them a lot. I don't know if it's because I really haven't used them as much. So it's like the newness coming off of them. But I do like that set as well. Like has a set as well. It's Lykke. They have a nice set. I should have done a video with mine. I ended up getting them as a gift, and I don't want to say I wasn't happy with them. They caught a little bit where the connection for the cable fits, and so I wasn't sure if it was the set, and I wasn't sure if it was the set that's how it was designed, and I couldn't get a refund because since it was a gift, I had to actually give it to the person to send back. So I may get in touch with the company and see if it was just something that was, hi Shirley, to see if it was something that was just involved with my hooks, or if it was something that was just a design flaw that was just with that batch, because I would absolutely love them. Stephanie, I was trying to help you remember what sets you have. However, I'm in love with the Knitter's Pride ginger set. I do love the ginger set. My first hook for the ginger set was a ginger single hook because I needed to order a larger hook for the yarn that I was working with. So I ended up ordering the M, and when I did, that's the hook that I got, and I really do like them. I like the fact that they come with the case. I like the fact that they have everything. With that being said, if you can get them on a good sale, then it's great that everything's in there. If you cannot afford them on a great sale, the Knitter's Pride Tunisian Dream set, I went and bought a DeMiro case off of Amazon, and it's got the double pockets. So I actually have my hooks, and then it's got the two little pockets, and in my pockets I got stitch counters and a little pair of scissors and cable holders, because you can do Tunisian cables. I tried one. I like the pattern. It's, I think it's Interweave Winter of 2020. There is a Tunisian cabled pattern in there, and I really want to try it. I sat down and tried to do it, and you really can't do that when you're being talked to. So I needed more time. The other set of this has my other set, and then it has this little baggie, and my cables go in there, and I have them out because I was showing, we had questions about the Knitter's Pride cables being able to hold a hook on each end. And yes, you can take the Knitter's Pride hook and add a cable and add a hook on each end. The cables have a male fitting on each end, and the hooks have a female fitting, and the stoppers have a female fitting. So they fit together. So you can actually do Tunisian in the round with a short cable. You cannot really just attach two hooks together to really do Tunisian without the cable. They do have a connector that is sold with your set, and I have not tried the connector to see if they have both female parts, so you can just screw the two together. I probably should do that, but I have not yet. Usually if I do something in the round, I am playing around with something that I kind of need the cable for. So, Shirley says, glad to see you. I'm glad to see you too. Gloria said, I looked at that case. There are two sizes. Is yours the large or the smaller case? I'm not sure. I actually ordered the one that came with the set of hooks, the crochet hooks, because there's a lady that lives in our town and she really likes to crochet. And I think she's homeless. I'm not sure. I see her at the bus stop sitting there all the time, and she really doesn't have much, so I ended up buying her hooks and the yarn, and I put everything in like a gift bag and gave that to her. So I ordered the ones with the crochet hooks because I knew I wasn't going to use them, but I, you know, pass it on. They don't. I bought the shortest little 8-inch cable. Yeah, I think I have the 8-inch, 6-inch, I don't know. I have a couple, but the T-spin were the ones I was trying to remember for the other set. I do like the T-spin set, and Chiagu makes them, and they come with a nice case. I actually am using them now for the shawl that we're working on, and I really do like these. As I said, the Addy Click set is a nice set. It comes with like a faux leather pouch, and I know on the box it shows a cable. It does not come with a cable. And the hooks, the smaller ones are metal, but the larger ones are plastic. They are a acrylic. And these ones are 7 inches long. And the cables and the stoppers are sold separately. So when you're looking for the stoppers, you want to get, I got the heart stoppers, and they come with 2 in a pack. Let me see my drawer over here. The 16-inch. Yeah, I have the 16-inch, and I know I have some of the shorter ones. I might have gotten the 8-inch one. But yeah, they have the 30-inch and the 20-inch. And I have another 40-inch and the 16-inch. And I have this one, and I have a bunch of them. Yes, these are the connectors that come with the Knitter's Pride Tunisian Dreams set. And yes, you see this connector, it is threaded. Internally, so you cannot just attach 2 hooks together. You have to use a cable. I was kind of hoping maybe you could, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. But yeah, it's got that end on it, so no, you can't connect the 2. Hi, Tara. Angela said, I bought the De Niro case medium up to 6-inch hooks, and it fits even my larger Knitter Pride hooks. Yeah, I really like this case. It holds all of the hooks that I need and want to use, and I like the fact that it can hold 2 sets. I think that's fantastic. The Denise set, like I said, the cables that I got with it, they're thicker, and they're a little bit on the shorter end. So I ended up ordering the longer set of cables, and the longer set comes with a 24-inch, a 52, a 30, and a 40-inch cord. So if I'm using the the Denise set, I definitely recommend getting those. And for the Addy Click, I bought the red cables, and these come with, and they don't show inches, but it's 40, 50, 60, 80, and 100 centimeters. So this would work fantastic for Graphgans as well. And the Denise Delacue set, as I was saying, when I ordered the set, you have 2 hooks of each kind in there so that you are able to do the Tunisian in the round. I have one of my hooks in a project right now, but that's the Delacue set. but like I said, the hooks are a little bit shorter. They're only like 4.5 inches. Um, Perfect. I have the Knitter's Pride Ginger set, but sometimes I want a regular case for travel instead of the one that it came with. Yeah, I really do like that case. Stephanie said, just out of curiosity, since you have so many different sets, can you interchange your hooks and cables? Hi Terry. She said, good morning. Um, the Knitter's Pride hooks will fit the Chiagu set. The Addy Click has a like a spring like in a pen in it, so when you put the cable in, you turn it and it locks. So it is not the same at all for the cables and the hooks. Um, the Denise cables, the way that they connect and the thickness, they're plastic, and no, they do not connect the same. So really the Knitter's Pride and the Chiagu set are pretty much the ones that you can interchange. I have not checked the threading to make sure, but I think I put one on once wrong, and it did fit. So you you can change those two out. Um, yeah, like I said, I have the Knitter's Pride, the ginger set. My husband got me for my birthday, and the original set he got me for Valentine's Day several years ago, and I absolutely love them. They're fantastic. Um, I can't tell you how much I love the Knitter's Pride set. They're they're fantastic. That was my first set, and I think that you kind of you have a love-hate relationship with your hooks when you first get them, because you know it's new. You know, so many of us started out with the long hooks to crochet for Tunisian, and it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to, especially if you use a pencil hold, because in Tunisian you really have to hold your hook over and more of a knife grip than you can getting away with a pencil, because you're putting the stitches on and you have to cast down and pull them up over there, and you can't really hold your hand in that way to really make it work. Does anybody have any questions? If there is anything you guys want to see in the group, please post a comment in here, and we will try to get the videos or whatever you want to see up in the group. I know that when I go live, I can't be over there and here too to answer everybody's questions. There is information, the sizing chart for our group is in the files, and it will talk about what size your Grafghan will be with what size hook, because I know so many people are like, I really like my K hook, I really don't like a J hook, but I get this gauge, and that's what that gives, is it gives the gauge of the stitch. Just like Melinda and I were talking the other day, she wasn't getting the stitch definition that she needed for the shawl, so she was having some problems, so I answered her on her post, and then we went, you know, behind the scenes into a PM, and I was like, hey, do you have this size hook? You know, let's try this and see what happens, and you can do a small practice piece, and, you know, I can work with you, and that's what I like. You know, I can work with people one-on-one, and help as well, and Erica and Angela and I are always behind the scenes helping members as well. And like I said, we also added the big jumbo hook file. That should help you as well. And like I said, I went by the Chiagu hooks for their sizing, because I really was impressed with the quality and that little grommet that holds that piece on. I have never had one come undone. And, you know, with working with some of the larger yarns, all of the weight on that cable and on the hook can really take a toll on a hook. And I have never had one break, knock on wood. I don't want to say that and then one break. So if you guys ever have questions or whatever, let me know, let Erica know, let Angela know, we will help you. We do have files, we do have the events going on. To find the events in the group, if you scroll to the top of the page where the header is, there's an events tab. There's also a files tab and an announcement tab. Under the announcement tab, we have Angela is doing monthly challenges that you can try, and there's something that's small. It's not going to take up a lot of time, and you can spend your time, whipping up something that's only going to take a few days. We do have the event going on for the Warm Embrace shawl that is working up, and it is super, super soft. Erica said, Chiagu is wonderfully made product. Their knitting needles are fantastic as well. Ethel said, what is a great border for crochet for my Tunisian entrelac Afghan? I am crocheting it with a Tunisian simple stitch. Many thanks to you for your lovely videos. There are several forms of entrelac. There's one that's called Around the World, where you start with a block and then you do blocks around it. And with that, there is a video which she does the half blocks. That's the diagonal triangles, and that connects on those to give you a square blanket, and I absolutely, absolutely love that. The corner to corner entrelac gives you a square blanket because you're working corners. Oh, you're working the squares diagonally, and it will give you a square blanket. There is a video for a 10-stitch blanket, and it shows how to do the mitered corners. That is a fantastic border for that. That was one that we had started in our event for the corner to corner entrelac, but like I said, I need to get my other equipment in, and I've been trying to be very patient, but it's canceled on me twice now with everything going on, and I'm getting a little frustrated because I really want to get these videos done and finish my blanket. So it depends on the method that you're doing, Ethel. Are you doing the corner to corner entrelac or the around the world? There is one that is a rectangle too, where you start out with like 3 or 4 of the blocks, and it gives the rectangle entrelac. And that corner, that diagonal border is fantastic on that one too, because you don't get the jagged sides. For the corner to corner entrelac, you can just work the right hand side up with a border stitch, and then turn your work and then work over. You can do that as well, and do like a join as you go border. I do talk about the join as you go cow blocks and stuff like that, because those were super popular for a while. People were doing a lot of Grafgans that had the blocks, and they were done separately, and you have to show a picture of a block to get the next block. So I was showing people how you could actually do that and incorporate your border and still end up with the piece. And a lot of the designers that we work with that say, hey, if you say that you're doing this in Tunisian, then we can give you the blocks this way. It was nice too, because you can start and work your blocks and get them, and then incorporate your border all at once. So I thought that was fantastic too. Ethel said, I am crocheting a 30 by 30 square. Yeah, I really like the mitered corner, or the 10-stitch blanket border. There is a few videos on YouTube. I did start one in our group. I did not get to finish the first corner though, so that would be a good one to start with, is to watch that and see what you think of that stitch. I really like the fact that it's got the mitered corners. So to me, I think the border kind of works up better that way. You know, and that's one thing too, is it's so hard because Tunisian, and it depends on the pattern that you're doing as well as the hook size. A lot of people will get a completely different gauge with a K hook than they do a J hook. You know, a lot of people will get the squarer gauge with the J hook, and then the K hook you get 4 stitches to an inch in like 3 rows, whereas with the J hook you're getting 4 stitches to an inch, and a 4 stitches, 4 rows high is just a pinch over an inch, so you can turn corners and stuff like that, where a lot of times if you're working a pattern with the K hook, sometimes you have to change your hook. If you add a regular crochet border, that hook size is going to change. If you're using a J hook and you've made a block in Tunisian crochet, that gauge is going to match more of a single crochet gauge with a H hook. So you need to actually, if you're adding a regular crochet border, you need to go down to that regular crochet hook size to match that gauge. Otherwise, your blanket border will be too big and it will really ruffle or waffle. So a lot of times I do take a small swatch, maybe, 20 by 20 stitches, 20 by 25 stitches, and I will play around with a border stitch on there to see how bad or if it's going to lay flat. That's another thing we're going to be talking about too with a warm embrace shawl, is we're going to be adding a blocking video to that, so that you guys can learn how to block and do it without the heat and worrying about killing your fabric or killing your yarn and then having a project that you really can't work with. So, and if you can't find the video for the 10 stitch blanket, let me know and I'll get you a link. Do we have any other questions this evening? Is there anything you guys would like to see in the group? We're going to be getting some resources put up, some more resource guides with what books Erica and I really like. They're not going to have a link because Amazon sellers change their links constantly, and then people are complaining in the group, this link is broke, this link is broke. So we will state where we ordered from, like Amazon or eBay or whatever, so that can help you narrow down where to look, or thrift books or whatever. Will help you narrow down where to order from. But the only reason I'm not going to put a link is because I said they break so easily when you're giving a link to Amazon or whatever. And I don't want you guys to be chasing your tails. So that way this will give you an idea where to start. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with Amazon and eBay. And if you guys have any questions about any of the links or where to go, or I don't understand how this works, then like I said, Angela and Erica and I are always on. PM us. If it's the middle of the night, PM me. It doesn't matter. I will answer you as soon as I get home from work or get awake. So, do we have any other questions for this evening? I will be so excited to show you guys the yarn. Shirley said husband came, gotta go. Have a good night, Shirley. I will be so excited to show you the dyed yarn next week. It should be dyed and colored by then. For the cakes, like I said, Nomad is where I purchased this yarn from, and I'm gonna tag them as well. The shipping was extremely fast. This is super soft. I really impressed with the quality. I was kind of thinking that since it was only like $6 a skein, or a hank, that it was going to be a little bit scratchy, but it's really not. I'm pretty impressed with it. And Erica, yes, she did some with Kool-Aid, and she's got some fantastic colors. She had greens and pinks and stuff going on, and Did you post yours, Erica, on your um, YouTube channel? Yet, or were you waiting for them to dry? I can't remember. I'm kind of brain dead. Not yet. I will be in the next video. Leslie said I'll be trying Kool-Aid this month. Yes, Erica actually has Froggy Day Crochet, I believe is what it's called. Like I said, my brain is kind of numb at this point. I haven't had dinner yet. I'm getting kind of hungry. But she did some with Kool-Aid, and the colors are very, very nice. I really like them. Um, the reason that I'm doing the Rit dye is because I wanted something that's super, super deep. Jewel tones, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get that with Kool-Aid, so I figured go big or go home. So I went and got several colors of the Rit dye. I actually got like charcoal and indigo and wine, gotta have wine, and I think it was the aqua, marine, and emerald. So I will be trying them. So I'm super excited about that. Thank you for posting all of the links this evening, Erica. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you cannot find something in the group, if you cannot find an answer to something, or you're not familiar with how to navigate the group, or the units, because we do have units that talk to you about things. We do have videos for right-handers, left-handers, and closed caption in our video files. The lives will not be closed captioned right now. I think you have to get so many viewers or whatever to reach that on YouTube, but I'm not sure how that works because my channel's kind of newer, and I'm trying to figure all that out on the computer. I'm better with the Facebook than the computer, but we'll see. We're getting there. We're all learning together. So pop over into the group, check out our events, check out what we have going on. I look forward to seeing you all next week and to show you my fantastic yarn and the link for everything that we talked about in here, like Ria's yarn and Erica's Froggy Day group, and the cakes that I'm going to be coloring. I will be showing how that goes as well. So I'm so super excited. Please, if you rewatch this and have any questions, post them in the comments, and I will get a notification. I will still answer them. I still get comments on all the old ones, and still pop over and answer you guys. And if you have something that you need to know and don't want to post it under here because it's a old post, pop it in the group. We are always getting new people. There are no dumb questions. Just because you're just learning doesn't mean that there aren't 1,000 other people that joined our group that day that aren't learning and have the same questions that you have. So please, we try to keep this as in a family environment and, a family-friendly place where you can come and crochet and just enjoy life and keep the outside world out. So if there's anything that you guys need, help with hooks, whatever, let us know. We do have Secret Santas that pop in that donate hook sets and everything else for people that need help. So thank you guys for joining me this evening. I hope that you all have a fantastic week and weekend. I will see you next Wednesday here. Thank you for joining me, and have a great evening. Bye, guys.